Hello. This is the Elton John cast. Today we'll be talking about Elton John again.
Not again.
Specifically for his performance in, we're going to say 1979's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, starring the Bee Gees. Have you ever seen that film?
You know, I haven't. I've been getting around to meaning to see it.
It's honestly fun as fuck. You should watch it. You'll have a good time. It's honestly like fun. Like you should check it out.
Okay.
Pretty good. Hello. My name is Britton.
I am Patrick.
We together are Soy Trek. Hey, yeah. You know what? You know what's cool?
What?
It's when people support Soy Trek, and you know.
We love that.
Support us on our Patreon. If you listen to Soy Trek, if you listen to any of our other podcasts, The Media Dungeon or Dumb Idiot Bullshit, we'd appreciate your support. And you can do that at patreon.com/dumbidiotbs. We've got a bunch of tiers there for as little as $0 a month. You can subscribe, but there's tiers like $2, which, just says you're supporting us. We really appreciate that. If you pay $5 or more a month, we say thank you as a contributor to our podcast to people just like Electric Baphomet, Joe DeVideo, John Simcox, Jonah Hearn, Nick Savard, Nova, Shane Sawyer, Skeptic, Abigail Simpson, Asher Pliskin, Benjamin Van Galen, Big Strong Boy, Gabe Siciliano, Gillian McCrary, Iggy, James Hartman, Jose Martinez, Kyle Simmons, Laura Flame, Papa Poison, PJ Hale, Robert Yolito, Roberto Molina, Seb, 7 of 9, SFC Punk, Shane Williams, Tim Wilkinson, Awful Star Trek Drawings, Jordan Hale, David Craning Sites, Dylan Lance, Ethan Adams, Gursky, Jordan Moore, Sam Mayo, and our good friends over at the Bruce Campbell podcast, which you should listen to.
Big Strong Boy's a new one, right?
Yeah. Pretty new.
I like that name, Big Strong Boy.
I like that Big Strong Boy.
Big Strong Boy.
Hey, Big Strong Boy, I want you to do a thing or two to me. You look big, you look strong. I bet those hands can do nasty things to my genitalia.
I'm just picturing like a big boy just wearing overalls, and he helps out around the house.
Oh yeah. It's like, hey boy, I got a list of chores for you to do. Yes, okay, ma'am. I would love to do those chores for you. It would be my pleasure.
Oh, I'd love to, but I'm always afraid of crushing you with my big strong hands. The pleasures of petting small animals is forever forfeit to me, as I might crush them with my powerful paws.
Oh, we love you, Big Strong Boy.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Big Strong Boy in media? I like Hodor from Game of Thrones. Was awesome. We love Hodor.
Yeah, he's a good
big,
guy.
strong boy.
I have so many good. I have so many good oafs I like. I mean, I love an oaf.
But I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean they're a big, strong boy.
Yeah, typically I always associate like preternatural strength to like an oaf, and it's just like I love oafs of all kinds.
Right.
I mean, I did recently.
I mean, they are your hero. You know,
they are my hero.
When you like, you're like, when you want a hero to like, look up to, you're like, well, I'm an oaf. They're an oaf.
Yeah.
I should look up to the oafish heroes because there are oafish heroes.
Yeah, they're good natured. They're just being an oaf.
They're jolly.
They're jolly.
Yeah, they're good to be around. You know, their ignorance isn't really a problem for anybody. No.
Yeah, they're just doing the best they can with the information that's available to them.
Absolutely. They just look out into the world and they oaf it up.
And they just oaf it up, and they're just like, you know what? I'm going to use my strength for good.
Right.
And but I have like the childlike innocence of a saint. So I love that.
There you go. Yeah. What's your favorite oaf?
I've been trying to think like oafs in media. It's like you have your Shreks.
You have Shrek. You got Sloth.
Got Sloth.
Sloth, such an oath. I love Sloth.
Is a good, big, strong boy.
He is. He is such a big, strong boy.
Like, and that's the thing. Like the Ferrettis. Is that their name?
The Toxic Avenger. Definitely an oafy, big, strong boy.
Yeah,
it's kind of dorky, but oafy as well.
Yeah. And
oafish.
Yeah, and typically, like sometimes, like their strength gets them in trouble, even though they don't mean to. Like the Tick is a good, strong boy.
He's a big, strong boy for sure.
Like he would be like, "I'm a big, strong boy." And yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Tick. I think Tick is probably like top tier, good-natured oaf.
Gizmo Duck. Pretty
Gizmo
oafish.
Duck, yeah, I can see that.
I like Gizmo
Duck.
Duck.
Well, it's Launchpad McQuack, I feel.
Oh, Launchpad McQuack. He's a himbo.
Yeah, he's a himbo. I would. Yeah, that's the thing. Like
he's one of the himbos. Like
he's big, but he's not particularly strong. He doesn't use strength. Really.
He doesn't use strength, and he's not smart. He's just like big chested. He's
very good natured.
He's like a big like twonky.
Yeah, and it's funny you don't see.
Maybe that's why I like Launchpad McQuack so much.
Yeah,
I feel a little bit like Launchpad McQuack,
and I feel like Launchpad McQuack should have fucked more. Like I don't think we did.
He does in the new one.
He does in the new one. Does he have a girlfriend or something?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to think like
he's definitely getting some tail for sure.
Like I'm sure there in the old series, I'm sure there was an episode where
because he's a himbo and himbos get laid.
Yeah. And of course like women are attracted to the himbos and
because himbos rock. They're good natured.
Himbos rock.
They're like oafs, but like with tiny waists.
Yeah. And so like I was trying to think like if there was an episode in the series where he did have a girlfriend, but I can't remember. I mean, it's been so long since I've seen it, but I'm glad in the new series he's getting some tail.
Oh yeah, shake your tail feather. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good for him.
That's twerking in the duck world.
That is twerking. Yeah.
Right. So we're here today. This is Soy Trek, the podcast. I'm Britton.
Not DuckTales.
Not DuckTales, the podcast. Although I would consider doing that. I love DuckTales.
We could do a rewatch of all the DuckTales episodes.
That would rule. Maybe we should make a DuckTales podcast. Is anyone doing that?
I don't think so.
Like an anti-capitalist view on DuckTales. That would be
like I'm sure like with the new one, I'm sure like they wouldn't want two adults.
Talking about it
because like I'm sure if they did do a DuckTales podcast, there is a DuckTales podcast.
I'm sure there is. There's
a podcast it's through Disney.
Oh, that's Disney.
Called the Duckburg Life podcast.
Oh no,
and that's why I was saying like I'm sure like there is one, but it's for children.
Right.
Like I'm sure like they wouldn't want like two people in near middle aged and like and with freakish thoughts in their minds doing a DuckTales podcast.
Yeah. We should do like a What the DuckTales.
What the DuckTales.
Or Mother DuckTales.
Yeah, Mother DuckTales.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll workshop it.
Yeah.
And then we'll make it, and then we'll probably get then. And,
Ducked up the ass.
we already. And as if like legal problems with Paramount was enough.
No, we're going after the mouse now.
Yeah,
baby.
let's go spit.
Level up.
Let's go spit in Disney's eye and see what happens.
Sure. We'd love to do that.
They'll shut down Ducked Up the Ass so fast. Like we will literally get like the Disney like Corps of Marines or whatever. Like they'll have the Disney SWAT team come in here and like execute us. And then they'll put our bodies in some dissolving fluid in a barrel and dump us in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, probably. That sounds right.
Yeah, it sounds right. Our friends and family will get letters saying that we're going on a very long trip.
Yeah.
written in our handwriting and everything.
Yeah, they'll hold a gun to our head before we're doing that. Make sure. Yeah. Anyway, so we're a Star Trek podcast, I guess. Today we're here to talk about Deep Space Nine's episode "The Die Is Cast."
Yes.
This is Deep Space Nine, episode 21 from season 3. Mm-hmm. It was first released on May 1st, 1995. It's the 66th episode overall of DS9 and the 363rd episode released in all of Star Trek. This is the second of a 2-part episode. What's the shit?
Oh yeah, what was the one?
Improbable Cause was the anteceding episode of this. Mm-hmm. So this is part 2 of 2 of that. It was written by Ronald D. Moore. Of course, we know Ronald D. Moore very well on this podcast. He's a legendary Trek writer with 64 writing credits to his name, including TNG's Yesterday's Enterprise, Chain of Command, and All Good Things, DS9's Trials and Tribulations, and Dr. Bashir, I presume, and Once More Onto the Breach, my personal favorite episode. Also, It's Only a Paper Moon, also one of my personal favorites.
I do love that episode.
And he also wrote Voyager's Barge of the Dead and one other Voyager episode, which is actually an episode I kind of like, but the production on it kind of sucks.
It's like, okay, there's like a boat that all the Klingon dead go to.
I like the concept behind it, but the way they do it and like the CGI does not hold up.
It's like, okay, so it's like there's a pirate ship where the Klingons pirates.
Kind of, yeah.
it's just very silly. Like I don't know. It's just like they're already like Viking samurai. Now we're gonna like wrap pirates into that.
Sure, why not?
Why not?
I guess it's kind of a Viking thing in a way.
Yeah, I guess. Boats are associated.
But they're kind of going to like Valhalla or whatever, or the not Valhalla place rather.
Yeah, the bad Valhalla.
So Ronald D. Moore also co-wrote Generations and First Contact, along with Brandon Braga, and of course Ricky Berman. So the director of this episode is David Livingston, who's also legendary as fuck, having directed 62 episodes of Star Trek overall, including DS9's Rules of Acquisition, Sons of Moog, and Voyager's Scorpion, and author, as well as Enterprise's Shuttle Pod 1 and The Crossing, which are 2 of my favorite episodes of the entire series. Yeah. So really great combo team here.
Yeah.
One of the best and most prolific writers and directors in all of Star Trek. Doing a thing together. I'm looking forward to it. So we start with the last time on DS9, since this is a 2-parter anteceded by Improbable Cause. We learn that a conduit running behind Garrick's shop overloaded and blew up because he was looking at too much gay porn. Then a Flaxian ship blows up and it's blamed on the Romulans. The theory is that a Romulan hired the Flaxian to kill Garrick and killed him when he failed to off our favorite gay lizard. Garrick plays dumb and says he has no idea why anyone would try to kill him. Odo investigates and finds Garrick blew up his own shop. A Romulan warbird in Cardassian space reveals that Enebran Tain is colluding to attack the Dominion with the Romulans and Cardassians as a preemptive strike. Payne convinces Garrick to serve Cardassia in the effort. Garrick and Odo remain behind enemy lines.
Oh no!
Yeah. And Odo is basically captured and imprisoned.
Yeah.
So, and then we hear now the conclusion. Michelle Barrett saying that. We'd love to hear.
Yeah.
The Queen. Very tight 1 minute and 30-second recap of the previous episode. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
So we begin with O'Brien eating at Quark's, and Bashir is talking to him about playwrights. And playwrights writing an alien voice far too often. O'Brien is spacing out, and Bashir stops and asks if he's listening. They're having like a little lover spat. O'Brien doesn't have an opinion on the subject and just wants to have lunch. Because, O'Brien is like that type of bisexual where he's not into plays and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bashir is the play type of bisexual. He's definitely a theater kid,
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I also feel like O'Brien's just like definitely like he's very about like efficiency, just like getting the thing done.
And he doesn't really care about plays.
Doesn't care about
he's not
a lot
big
of
art
pop and
guy.
circumstance. He plays music instruments and stuff. But.
Sure, but he plays like bar tunes and stuff. He likes a good time, and he plays darts.
He likes to relax.
And play some darts and have a pint and play some darts. So Bashir whimsically says that he supposes Garrick made him used to having lunch be a forum for philosophical debate. He misses his boyfriend so much.
He does.
There's still no word about Garrick and Odo, but they're being searched for. Suddenly, O'Brien gets a call to come looking at something in Ops, so he heads out. In Ops, Cisco explains to Kira, Dax, and O'Brien that there are some tetryon particles moving towards them that are unprecedented. Nobody is sure what it is. Suddenly, there's an energy surge, and a Romulan warbird decloaks in front of them. Then a Cardassian ship decloaks, and they're like, wait, what? The Cardassians have cloaking now? This is fucked! Because now they're fucked. Then an entire fleet decloaks. Cisco puts battle stations up. All hands. All hands to my cock. That's what he says. He's like, I want the best hand J this my senior staff can give. Yeah. Who do you think would provide the best hand J?
Out of the cast of DS9?
No, just the three that was with him.
Oh, like between Cisco, Dax, and Bashir?
No, it was
Kira.
Dax, Kira, and O'Brien.
Oh, Dax, Kira, and O'Brien.
Because Cisco's calling all hands to my dick.
Oh, got you.
Right, he's the commander here, so he wants the hand J before he goes.
Definitely Dax.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Because Dax has had penises in the past.
Of course, right.
And so like, and then like on top of like also like personally having a penis, and then 300 years of experience. Right. Like that's going to be the best.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. I totally agree with that. Their weapons are charged, the Cardassians and Romulans, and they head into the wormhole without responding to DS9. Cisco opens an emergency channel to Starfleet leadership. Opening credits about 5 minutes in. Fun recap and good cold open, I think.
Yeah. It's interesting they didn't take the opportunity to take... I mean, I guess like Deep Space Nine would have given them at least some sort of like... if they had fought at that moment... you kind of wonder like how well Deep Space Nine would have like held up against that sort of onslaught.
Probably not great.
Yeah,
I mean, they held back against like some pretty big attacks, but I don't know about that.
But also, they had like other ships with them.
Right, exactly. They always had reinforcements and like Klingons to help back them up.
So you think like wow, the Romulans and Cardassians probably should have been like, we're gonna take this opportunity to. but yeah, I guess maybe they thought it was like too much of a. I mean, it was against their intended goals at that time. So.
Absolutely. So when we get back from the credits, Enabran Tain, played by the wonderful Paul Dooley, most notable for his collaborations with Robert Altman, who also did like several films with Renee Auberjonois. So it was kind of disappointing we didn't get to see much of the two of them in this episode. But
yeah, they didn't. I
they
guess they
talked a bunch
briefly
in the previous episode. They had some interactions, but. So he's serving Garrick a drink and talking some shit against a guy they both hate. They reminisce about Garrick's interrogation techniques, because apparently he was like the GOAT.
Yeah.
Just like the best Jack Bauer there's ever been. Tane tells Garrick that he really missed him, which is actually kind of sweet.
You know, that would have been like, instead of like a Section 31 movie, like, did you see that's actually going through?
Oh, yeah, no, they're filming it right now.
Yeah, I like a Garrick spy movie against
would be
like
so sick.
A Jack Bauer type or something.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would fuck so hard.
Yeah, because we already allow him to be an anti-hero and do bad things.
Yeah.
And he's charming about it, and we know he can get away with it, whereas, like, I don't really buy anyone else just a charming, like, CIA agent.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I think it's been, like, talked about before, how they're not, how CIA agents in real life are not charming. They're just, like lumpy
bureaucrats.
Yeah, they're just lumpy-headed, like, Harvard graduates. They're just, like, they're just have no juice.
Ain't got no cum in they balls.
Ain't got no cum in they balls.
None of the real deal. None of that oose juice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was watching
Oose juice.
I was watching something, like, I put on randomly while I was having dinner the other day, just about like a Cuban spy that came to Florida in 1995 or something, and he was like this charming dude who had like sort of like a George Clooney style handsomeness, and
nice.
he was able to like, you know, charm the pants off some on this widow and
of course
the single mom, and and he married her, and then like one day he just decided to like go back to Cuba and has never been back.
Love him.
Yeah, love it.
So Garrick says that he missed Enebren too, and they both take a drink. Garrick asks about some people back home and says there's quite a few that he intends to look up when he gets back to Cardassia Prime. And by look up, he means either kill or fuck, I think.
Yeah, or both.
Probably both. He asks if Tane remembers Gul Dukat. Tane asks if he wants him eliminated and says once the mission is complete, Garrick can eliminate anyone he wants. Garrick says he'll give a list of people to Tane's housekeeper, but Tane says she knows too much and may not be around much longer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, which is fucked up to just like kill your fucking housekeeper for knowing too much. It's like, that's on you, brother.
Yeah, you're in control of how much information she gets.
Garrick says maybe he shouldn't, and Tane chides him for liking the housekeeper, but apparently she had always maintained Garrick's innocence when he was accused of sedition by the Cardassian Empire. And Garrick also maintains his innocence. Suddenly, a Romulan comes in and asks who the fuck Garrick is. Tane introduces him, and the Romulan restricts his access to the ship under threat of death. He's a fucking dick about it, too.
Yeah, and this is played by Leland Orser.
Yeah.
Like, who, like, I didn't recognize, like, the first time I've ever seen this show, this episode. And I was like, the second time I was like, wait, where do I know him from? Like, oh my god, it's Leland Orser, who's like...
What's he on?
He was in Seven. He was the guy that had the strap-on attached to him.
Oh, interesting.
He was also in Alien, was it Resurrection? The guy, he's in that.
I'd rather not talk about that film.
he's like a good character actor. He's in lots of stuff. Like, but typically he plays like kind of like almost twitchy guys. Like he's in that one movie, The Guest. Typically he plays, and he's in this. He's much more like he's very direct. He's very
Strict.
confident.
Yeah.
And so typically he doesn't play that sort of role. So he's almost kind of unrecognizable. He's also in that, I think, that one movie I think I was talking about recently. I think it's called Resurrection, like the one where the guy like chops up bits of like different dudes and builds Jesus Christ.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Neat. So the Romulan says that the fleet is cloaked and they're headed to the Dominion at Warp 6. When Garrick says, sounds slow, but apparently warp signatures may make them appear if they go any faster. He also says Odo is in custody on board the ship. So Tane says this is in fact Garrick's first assignment, to convince Odo to give up information he has on his people. Garrick says that might be difficult, and Tane says he'll have to find a way to convince him.
which I think is like, yeah, very fun concept. It's just like, how do you torture a guy who's untorturable?
Exactly.
And
right, a guy that's like made of fucking like goo.
Yeah,
and can just like slip away from you if he wants.
Yeah, if you're shocking him, he can just be like, goo out of it.
Yeah, and he probably doesn't feel pain in any traditional way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Like he doesn't have bones or flesh really. So like, how could he really feel pain?
Which I think it's like smart that they bring back Garrick, because he is like the master of torture and espionage. So it's just like, well, if we're going to torture the untorturable guy, we need the best there is.
Exactly.
And the best is Garrick.
He's our Jack Bauer.
Yeah, it's our Jack Bauer.
So over with Odo, Garrick comes in, and Odo complains about being imprisoned. Odo doesn't trust Garrick and tells him to leave. Garrick is incredulous, but says it's understandable since he was considered a close friend, but it's no wonder he feels betrayed. Odo tells him off and calls him a liar, but Garrick says he wants to know more about the Founders. He says that Cardassia would be most grateful. Odo asks what happens if he refuses. Garrick says he's not there to threaten, just talk, but he's kind of there to threaten.
Yeah.
Garrick says they share a common enemy in the Founders. Odo says their only common enemy is in Auburntane, but Garrick doesn't know it yet, which is a sick-ass line and a great delivery. These two have fucking crazy chemistry.
They do.
Together.
Yeah, it's sad that they really don't get too many other scenes together.
They don't really pair Garrick with Odo a whole lot, and it's kind of a shame. But, I mean, they pair him with a lot of other great actors, because Rene Auberjonois, as much as I kind of don't like a lot of things about Odo, is so good in the role. Like, he's such a good actor. And like he plays so well with like Armin Shimmerman especially. Those two spend a lot of time together, and I love every scene that Quark and fucking Odo have together.
Yeah, the only scenes I don't like is Odo and Kira, which is
right. That's straight up like they don't have that much chemistry, and it's
there is some chemistry between them in this episode. There's like I'm glad to see you, Commander. Now Constable, and it's just like shut up. This flirting is so gross.
I get a weird liquid boner when I'm around you.
Oh.
So
I just have to leave it out in the air for a while to make it get hard, so it dries out.
So Garrick suggests that Odo consider the words he told him, and Odo suggests the same, which is another great line. This is such a well-written episode. This is a very Ronald D. Moore, dialogue-centric episode, and I really like the shit out of it. Like, there's a lot of, like, very long scenes that are just two or three people talking. Yeah. Which is just wonderful and how Star Trek should be.
Oh, yeah, it makes sense because, this is, like, just, like, spycraft.
Yeah.
Then, like, and, a lot of that is just, like, the interrogation, like, the trying to outsmart the other and, goad information, especially, like, at this point, it's, like, Garrick's only approach with Odo right now, it has to be like reason, and because he can't do anything to him that matters.
Right, exactly, because he's made of fucking mashed potatoes.
He's made of goo.
Yeah, so
yeah,
he should have become a big pile of mashed potatoes. That would have been fun.
Yeah, eat me.
Yeah. So on DS9, the main
they could have ate him. But then that would be he could wiggle out. He could force his way through their body, so you can't eat him. Man,
right?
Yeah,
it's a bummer.
So
on DS9, the main crew is watching an intercepted video from Auburntane to the Cardassian Empire explaining their attack on the Jem'Hadar and cutting off their supplies of Ketracel White, which is a sentence that, if you've never watched Star Trek,
it's totally meaningless.
Sounds like absolute gobbledygook. Yeah, if I said that on the street, like, they would call, like, someone to pick me up. They're like, I think this person's...
Where's your handler?
Yeah. No, they're cutting off the supplies to the Ketracel White. Auburntane ensures... or tells the Cardassians to put their fleet on alert and tells them they failed to ensure the security of Cardassia. A Starfleet admiral on the other end, played by Leon Russum, who was also the commander-in-chief in Star Trek VI, says a similar message was sent to the Romulan Senate. Cardassia and Romulus likely will sit back and see how it plays out, and that seems to be Starfleet's policy as well. He tells them to be at alert in case the Dominion launches a counteroffensive against the Alpha Quadrant. Sisko asks about Odo, and Sisko asks permission to take the Defiant into the Gamma Quadrant to see if he's still alive. And Admiral Toddman says no. And he goes, Toddman out, which is such a fucking big dick move. I love it.
Which makes sense. It's like you're gonna risk interjecting in your enemies fighing.
Right, exactly. And just to save one person.
Just to save one person, and it's just like
who's like neither a citizen of Bajor or the United Federation of Planets.
Yeah. He's technically not in the Federation, so and he's not a Federation citizen because like Bajor is not part of the Federation yet, so it's just like, or are they kind of? I mean, they're not. Yeah, they're not.
No, they never decided during DS9 to become part of the Federation.
It's just like it's a big ask, which is like you can kind of understand like the reasoning behind his no and
Toddman out.
So Toddman is out.
Toddman is out. I bet that's what he says when he pulls out when he's fucking his wife. He's like, I don't want to have another baby. Toddman out.
But it's not 100% effective.
Yeah, it's very not 100% effective. Pre-cum exists.
Pre-cum exists.
Like, if you suck dick, you know pre-cum exists. Yeah. That shit's a thing.
That thing be thinging.
That thing be leaking and squeaking.
Not for us anymore.
No, we still produce pre-cum. It comes from like glands.
But I meant like sperm.
Oh yeah. Nothing.
I got that letter that says I'm officially sperm free.
Hell yeah, brother.
And I framed it.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't think Lucy's gonna let me put it up in the house.
I think they've got a good enough sense of humor. I think they'd be down with that. Yeah. At least maybe in like a room that you're okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, yeah, whatever.
I'll keep it just for sakes.
Sisko asks Eddington if Starfleet is sending reinforcements, and he says they're sending 9 ships. Sisko asks the senior staff to have the Defiant ready in 2 hours, even though it was just denied. He a bad boy. Sisko with a bad boy.
Yeah, Sisko's doing what's right. It's not what's allowed, but it's right.
Eddington tries to dissent because he's a scold, but Sisko refuses to abandon one of his officers, which it's not his officer. It's DS9's officer, so I guess like technically it's his, but like he wears a Bajoran uniform.
Yeah.
Which isn't even a uniform, it's just something he morphed into.
Yeah, something that he chooses to wear.
Right. It's something he chooses to morph into every day.
Yeah, it's his skin. He's completely nude.
Right.
You're looking at his balls and dick right now.
Right. Sisko asks for volunteers, but warns they might face death or court-martial and dismisses them, which is a very attractive offer, I think. Like, I don't know if anyone on that crew likes Odo that much. Right?
Yeah, I mean...
At this point, by season 3, he's still curmudgeon-y and doesn't have, like, a love interest or anything.
Yeah.
He's still kind of a dick to everyone. Yeah. No one loves Odo here.
No, I mean...
Kira works with him a lot.
Yeah, they still interact, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'd only risk my life for, like, someone I liked, not a cop. Not the cop who hangs out on my station. He's fucking a dick to like my favorite bartender.
Yeah, and he does have his own, and Odo does have his own crew. Like, which we never really get to see too much of Odo's crew too much. Like,
true.
They appear every once in a while.
Yeah,
when there's
none of them are on this mission. None of the people Odo employs care enough about him.
Yeah, we never really get any scenes of him actually training them or do anything. But I think that would have been fun.
So, in 2 hours, the entire senior staff decides to follow Sisko into the Gamma Quadrant. Starfleet calls and leaves a message telling them not to, but they're already gone. We get a delightful scene of Kira suddenly remembering how garbled transmission was in order to get away with what they're doing, which was pretty fun. She like just gets in on the joke with Sisko, and it's fun. They resolutely ignore the transmission. The Dominion flies through the wormhole into the Gamma Quadrant and cloaks. Sorry, not the Dominion. The Defiant. Sorry, yeah. I wrote the Dominion for some reason. So, with Enevern and Garrick, they're making plans with the Romulans to destroy the Founder's homeworld before the Jem'Hadar arrive there. Tane tells Garrick it would be more effective if they had more information from Odo. And Garrick says, we likely know everything that Odo does, and it's in the Starfleet's report.
So, like, I go with this plan, like, it seems like this is very fly-by-night almost, where it's just like they could have chosen to go whenever they want. You know, I guess there's some a reveal later that says like that.
No, I think it was set up, like, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but also just like get this last-minute information.
Right. That's true.
It's like there's no guarantee Odo would say anything.
Right.
I mean, again, like,
but his information doesn't help anyway.
Yeah, his information doesn't help, but yeah.
Yeah. So. Tane tells Garrick it would be more effective if they had information from Odo, and Garrick says they likely know everything already, and Tane tells Garrick he's going soft, like his penis. And Garrick's like, that's because I'm away from my boyfriend Bashir.
Yeah.
What do you think? So Garrick says torturing someone like Odo would be neither fruitful nor fun. Tane says, regardless, the Obsidian Order has created a torture device for Odo, and they want to test it out, which is fucked up.
Yeah.
Go test it on your friend. Garrick says it has nothing to do with his feelings, and Odo is his prisoner and his responsibility, and Tane approves this. So he sends Garrick down with the machine. The machine. With Brett Kirshner. That guy, the machine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Odo's like, no, this is the worst comedy I've ever seen. I'll tell you anything you want. Just turn off that shirtless asshole.
I've made it my life's mission to not watch anything by him.
Yeah, you're doing good. Well done. So back on the Defiant, they're reading fluctuations on the cloaking device. Suddenly, the ship decloaks, even though there's nothing wrong with it. Eddington says that it's sabotage because he sabotaged it under order of Admiral Toddman. What a fucking bitch. Fuck you, Eddington. You're a bitch. You could get everyone killed doing this, you dumb bitch.
You Canadian bastard.
You dumb bitch. I hate Eddington. He's such a bootlicker here. He's better when he's with the Maquis, but he's still just like a fucking edgelord dickhead. Yeah, everybody hates Eddington.
Yeah.
Eddington is hateable. Let's hate Eddington.
I do wish they let O'Brien kick his ass.
That would have been cool. I would have really liked that.
Really good.
So Eddington says he can still help if they run into the Jem'Hadar, and Sisko allows him.
Yeah, Canadian versus Irishman.
Oh, definitely.
He's done.
He's done. He's
done.
Fucking. He's fucking. He's a full English breakfast there.
He would
splayed out on a plate.
He'd be
sausage.
He'd be reduced to a pink mist.
Oh no, yeah. He would. Yeah, that fucking. Yeah, especially if O'Brien has a few pints in him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he only gets better at darts and fighting and fucking. Like,
takes up that old timey fighting stance. Like, yeah, come on, let me at him.
Wow. So back on the Defiant, everybody hates Eddington. Eddington says he can still... No, I read that. So back with Garrick, he comes in on Odo and has a bucket for him. Odo is sarcastic about dreading the torture, and Garrick likes this.
Yeah.
Which it is pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no, I'm so afraid of you, Garrick. Garrick says normally Odo would be a threat, but now he has a device that emits a quantum stasis field that prevents changelings from morphing. Odo won't be able to morph. And he won't be able to watch Mighty Morphing Power Rangers either.
No.
Or listen to was Morph the Cat by Donald Fagen? Maybe.
And it's funny because like this would have come in real handy during the Dominion War had it been been on the in custody of the Federation.
Oh, 100%. No, it would have been super helpful.
Yeah.
Fucking on Picard season 3.
Oh yeah.
If they had this technology.
Yeah, that would but I'm sure like they don't use it for torture reasons because the Federation is very anti-torture.
Right.
And so this.
But there's so much torture in Picard season 3.
Yeah, but I think also Picard season 3 is also kind of like an outlier because it's not really true. And then have like the ideals of like of the Federation. I think to the most point, goes dark mode.
No, it
because
does.
because I mean we do get like torture scenes with Worf and shit, but
Yep.
I mean I get this would be considered like a step too far, and also showing like what's her face, sloppy gooey woman.
Sloppy Google.
Amanda Plummer. She's obviously tortured, when she was a changeling, but
right.
That's also again like some Section 31 bullshit. That,
Right.
That, I don't, I think we're very anti-canon. Like, and it's not, you kind of like do a thing where it's like not really canon in your brain almost.
Right. I do separate like a lot of Star Trek by canon. I don't like think about a lot of stuff as canon, even though I know it is.
Yeah.
And I can't fight against it. I mean, there's nothing I can do.
Nothing you can do.
I mean, it's not, I guess I do think of it all as canon. It's just like some of it's just not good canon. It's fine. Like, there's some dumbass bullshit, and everyone knows there's bad episodes that shouldn't be included in canon. And I think maybe there's a lot more of those than people think.
Yeah.
Which is it's fine. It's fine. Like Star Trek's not perfect, and there's some poorly written episodes, some poorly acted episodes, like everything with Chakotay.
And that's actually why maybe like I'm wondering if like they probably just forgot about this thing that existed, because it's like I'm sure if they remembered, I think it would definitely make an appearance in Picard season 3.
Right.
Because like it's just like we love torture now, and so it's just like it's post 9/11, post Abu Ghraib, so it's just like no, torture works.
Torture is fine. Torture is a plot point.
Yeah.
So Odo is now concerned about the machine and says Garrick already knows everything that he knows. Garrick doesn't believe this and says he'll wait. But can Odo? And also, can they? Like, how long do they have till they get to the Dominion and shit? Like, how long can he wait? So back on the Defiant, O'Brien is still hard at work fixing the cloak, and Sisko says to stay out of his way. Back with Odo, he's fucking fucked up now. It's just like one scene. Like melting and peeling and shit. Odo wonders if this is really what Garrick wants, and Garrick keeps trying to get information out of Odo, and so Odo vilifies him as he screams in pain. Garrick implores him to lie if he has to. Odo finally breaks down and admits that he wants to return to the Founders and to the Great Link. Garrick says he turned his back on them, but Odo admits that he wants to return to the Great Link. Garrick turns off the machine, and Odo forms into a puddle and rests finally. Back on the Defiant.
That scene's really good.
Yeah, I think it is super fucking good.
Like Renee looks fucked up.
He does. Like, he's like peeling and shit. And he's like, he looks like he got like sunburn and like, oh man, it's great because it always looks like he's like covered in like a thin layer of makeup, and here he's just like wearing so much peeled off shit. And
he's a very thin person. He looks even thinner here. He looks much more gaunt. Yeah, and it's very unsettling to look at him at this.
Yeah,
I love it, and I think it really sells the fact that like this is the circumstance which Odo would give up some crucial information. Yeah.
So, back on the Defiant, O'Brien fixed Eddington's sabotage, and the cloak is up again. Fuck you, Eddington.
Yeah, I like how he throws the thing at him. He's just like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah, here's a souvenir from your sabotage, dickhead.
Yeah.
He just throws it at him.
I wish he just hit him with it.
Yeah.
But O'Brien won. O'Brien's a gentleman.
He's so nice. He's too nice.
He's too nice.
He should have fucking put it in his ear. Slammed it in as hard as he could.
Canadian bastard.
So back with Garrick, he tells Tane that Odo never broke or gave him any information. Tane says he's of no more use and they should terminate him. Why don't they record anything on any of these ships?
Yeah,
they could have recorded that entire thing.
That's the thing, like, especially with like the Romulans and the Kardashians, who are like extremely paranoid,
especially towards each other.
Towards each other, and they don't trust themselves. Yeah, they don't trust each other as much as they trust other people. And so it's just like yeah, of course, like, and also this is like the Obsidian Order,
right?
And it's like, of course they would have monitoring and
isn't it the Obsidian Order and the Tal Shiar?
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah. So it's like the two CIAs.
The two CIAs
come together and they're like, yeah, we should definitely fucking do just like carpet bomb this place. Like a little Korean War.
Yeah, they're on the Romulan ship, so it's the Tal Shiar, and so the Tal Shiar, the Romulans absolutely would have everything bugged.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Leland Orser would be watching real-time monitoring in the other room.
Mm-hmm.
And there would be like other people watching him watch that, you know. It's like that's the kind of like paranoid they are.
Hell yeah. Love a good paranoid Romulan, right? So the Romulan agrees. So Garrick implores they take Odo as prisoner. Oh wait, no, sorry. Am I there? So Tain says that Odo's of no more use to them and they should terminate him. Garrick implores they take him as prisoner. The Romulan agrees and offers to take him, and Tain also agrees. They'll get a call, so the Romulans are going to take custody of him, which is not good for Odo. They get a call that they'll be near the Founder's planet in 15 minutes from now. The Romulan is suspicious and wonders why Garrick would save Odo, but Garrick deflects and thanks the Romulan for the psychoanalysis, which is a pretty fun scene here too. I like his scenes with the Romulan, because he's just kind of like condescending to him, which is funny.
Yeah, he's like, you're trained to lie. I'm trying to observe.
Right. Yeah, so the Romulan still doesn't trust Garrick, as you should.
But also, like, this is like he was feeling a different. Like, this is definitely like taking a different, based on what we later learn about Lobak.
Yeah, right.
Like this, he's actually observing something else about Garrick right at this moment than the fact that he's lying.
Right.
Yeah, which is revealed
interesting.
Later.
Yeah. It's good writing.
Yeah.
So on the Romulan bridge, they've come upon the Founder's planet. Multiple liquid life forms on the planet. The fleet is signaled to prepare for attack. They drop out of cloak and open fire immediately. 30% of the world's crust is destroyed, but no change in the number of life signs, which is kind of the same way I eat a grocery store pie. 30% of the crust first. No change in life signs.
Yeah, no change in filling.
No
change in fruit filling.
No change in the fruit filling. Which is really what they're going for here. They want to they want to eat all the fruit filling, but they got to get the crust first. Garrick posits that they've been tricked and there's nobody on the planet because, he's one step ahead almost. Suddenly, multiple attack ships drop out of the nebula behind them. Jem'Hadar fighters, 150 of them. It's a trap! Yeah. It's a trap! They're fucked. Like, in a phrase.
In a biblical sense.
Yep. They have known each other. They're going to get known by the Jem'Hadar. So the battle begins, and the Cardassians and Romulans are fucked, like I said. They prepared for nothing like this. Garrick implores a retreat. He says the fault is not in the stars, but in ourselves, which is a Shakespeare quote from Julius Caesar. So he's been keeping up on plays too, which is an interesting callback from the very beginning.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Oh, yeah. So engineering is down. The bridge begins to blow. And Garrick's like, blow me. Garrick leaves the bridge, knocks out a guard, and retrieves Odo. The Romulan comes in and gives them a key to the runabout. Why would he do that, though?
Yeah.
Why would he do that? He has no motive to do that. Because, he says, one changeling has never harmed another. So he was a motherfucking inside agent all along. The Romulan guy, the strict asshole, he was on Odo's side the whole time.
Yeah, and that's why he knew he could trust Garrick. He's saw how Garrick was actually protecting Odo, and he's just like, you know what? That's why that's basically why Garrick has got out alive this situation. Right,
exactly. Otherwise, he would have been left there. Yeah.
He would have been left there if
if he wouldn't have gone back to save Odo, though, he would have been.
Yeah. That too. So, but also, like, if they didn't, Lobak would have definitely left him to die on that thing.
Right. So the entire plan was the Cardassians, but they played right into it. He implores Odo come with him and become part of the Great Link, but Odo says no. He says no-do.
No-do.
No-do, sorry. Garrick tells Odo to go to the runabout while he tries to get a Nobran Tain. Odo's Nobran Tain. It's insane. This guy's Tain. Insane in the insane Brennan Tain. Insane the Tain.
Tain's misbehaving.
Tain misbehaving. Right. Odo is confused by this action to save Tain, but Garrick says he still owes Tain. So you owe Tain.
Yeah, because at this point we don't know that's his dad.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, thanks a lot, dude.
Spoiling something that's revealed, like, I think a couple seasons later.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
That's his daddy.
Spoiler alert. So, on the bridge, Garrick finds Tain and tells of the Founder's deception, but implores him to leave with him. Tain says he let his pride override his instinct. Garrick doesn't want to leave him, though. Odo comes up behind him and knocks out Garrick and takes him as Tain commiserates his actions. And this is some great acting here as well. Like Paul Dooley kills it as Tain so much. Like the look of like defeat in his eyes and shit is so good. So on the runabout, they're getting attacked and main power fails. Shields fail. Garrick says goodbye to Odo and apologizes to him, and it's a really sweet moment between them. Yeah. Suddenly, the Defiant decloaks and blows the Jem'Hadar out of the fucking sky. It's sick. They're just like, boom, 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 and just like blowing the shit out of ships. It's so fucking sick. They beam Garrick and Odo back and continue their defense. We have some very awesome Captain Daddy Sisko here, even though he's still a commander until 5 episodes later.
Yeah. To me, he was always captain.
He was always a captain to me, too. They fight back and get out of weapons range and fly away. Kira tells Odo it's good to see him again.
Yeah, doing some flirts.
Oh, doing a little flirt. So back on DS9, now that they've gotten out of the wormhole and everything, Sisko tells Admiral Toddman that no Cardassian or Romulan ships remained from the attack. Toddman compares it to Wolf 359, which is a really shitty fucking thing to do to a guy who lost his goddamn wife in that battle.
I know.
What the fuck, Toddman? Yeah.
Read the room, dude.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck, buddy? Yeah. You know what? What the? I just hang up. Toddman calls back. I didn't mean. Please don't talk to HR about this. I really had I'm so sorry.
That'd be funny if like Sisko's wife died in a car accident. He's like, this is a real hit your car type situation. Get hit by a car situation. And he's just like,
buddy. So Toddman decides not to prosecute anybody on the Defiant and threatens Sisko with either firing or a promotion if he does anything like that again, which was a fun line.
Yeah.
So in his still burned up shop, Garrick goes through the mess. Odo arrives and says he read Garrick's report and thanks him for not mentioning Odo's desire to return to the Great Link.
It's so funny that they made Garrick submit a report.
It is.
But I guess it makes sense, like they needed it, sort of like a statement.
Yeah, but they needed to know like what happened from his side of things for intelligence purposes, especially since he was like with two competing intelligence agencies.
Yeah. I just imagine though, it's like he regularly gives reports, like, report from Garrick.
Taylor's report.
Taylor's report.
Well, I wonder if Taylor's log started.
Yeah, Taylor's log. It's like, I read your Taylor's log.
Yes, today I found out O'Brien has a very big dick. I had to put 4 extra inches in the fucking left leg of his pants because he dresses left and he's got a fucking hog.
Like a hog.
He got a hog, that boy. He's a big boy with a big hog.
Yeah, it's like the Taylor's log is just like people's measurements and just like stuff that he sewed that day. And it's like, damn it, I told Garrick he doesn't need to do this.
A ranking of dick lengths on the ship.
It is like I think like a thing that they had in like this one British sitcom where it's just like the whole thing was like the gay guy that worked at this tailor shop would do like the inseam and he'd always threaten to measure everyone's inseam and I was like, oh no,
it's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Garrick's going through his burned up shop, and Odo arrives and says he read Garrick's report and thanks him for not mentioning his desire to return to the Great Link. And Garrick says he considers it best forgotten. Quark apparently wants to use Garrick's shop space for a tug and rub massage parlor, which Sisko probably wouldn't agree with, apparently.
But it's fine. He already has that with the
Dabo girls
the
and the Hollow Suites. Yeah. So Odo says they should have breakfast sometime. Garrick says he thought Odo didn't eat, and Odo assures him that he does not. It's actually a really touching moment between the two, and it makes me wish I saw a lot more of these two, because they're the same type of like morally gray character.
And they're on opposite sides of the law. It'd be funny to do like a Heat type thing with them.
oh, that'd be so sick. And like the antagonist is fucking Quark.
Yeah. They're just like, they're two guys on the opposite sides of the law, but they're kind of friends. Like,
So that's the end of the episode.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I liked it because, like, I think this is a good episode to really like establish like the founders' abilities, because it shows them taking out the Tal Shiar and the Obsidian Order, two groups that they're pretty much like the CIA, KGB combined.
Yeah, it has. I mean, it has the same twist to Picard season 3.
Yeah.
Fucking almost 30 years before.
Yeah, and also does it in a shorter amount of time, much better. It's like,
and I feel like this episode might have also been foundational to Ronald D. Moore picking back up Battlestar Galactica, because this starts to deal with a whole like whomst among us is the traitor idea, and like the idea that you can't tell because they look just like you.
Yeah.
Which is just what Battlestar Galactica is about, basically.
Yeah. And so it's just like, like they're able to take out the top spy masters in the game in one fell swoop with one guy. And we really see like, that's like, later on during the Dominion War, like, when that time, like, a changeling looking like O'Brien comes up to Sisko.
Yeah,
it's
like, such a good episode.
And it's like, how many changelings do you think on Earth right now? 4. And then we've done this much damage to you, and it's just like, and it just goes to show their abilities, like, and like how crafty they are, and just like showing like one changeling, was able to send both of the most paranoid spy masters there are into like a trap, an inescapable trap. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's like, it's great, and really sets the tone. Like, okay, we're really dealing with a next level enemy here.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before this, the first several seasons and the episode before this, like, are spent like building up, Garrick and Nebrintane, like Odo, and now it's kind of like showing that like all of these people who we thought were like really good and effective at what they do maybe aren't.
Yeah.
And maybe there's people playing on a totally different level than them.
Yeah.
Which is great, is interesting to see the Dominion do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're just like, they have a more powerful military with the Jem'Hadar, and they also have smarter intelligence with the Founders, and far more effective intelligence with the Founders.
And and because they utilize like the Jem'Hadar and stuff, like typically like, and the Vorta, like they typically don't even have to like enter the fray at all. Like they don't have to be lost during any sort of like
we don't
conflict.
See a Vorta until like the 3rd or 4th season. Right?
Yeah. It's like they're so removed from like the front lines of their own battles, and they only come out when they really need to, and because like they're very much about like protecting themselves at all costs. So and it's like so like any damages they get, like they're just gonna make more Jem'Hadar. And so it's like a completely new villain that's so beyond like what the Federation's normally deals with.
Right, and I think an interesting thing is they effectively built a villain that is not just like a single villain, and this is the first time they really do it, because there's different alliances and stuff here and there, but basically almost always the only multi-species like empire anywhere is the United Federation of Planets, and suddenly we
also
get
the Zindi.
I guess the Zindi too.
Yeah.
They don't have that many member planets though, like comparatively.
No, well, but also like the Zindi, there's 5 different groups that are all on one planet.
Right, and like the Andorians have the Anar too.
Yeah,
so there are several things with like different species and stuff like that. But I'm talking about like a multi-world like empire.
Oh yeah,
that has multiple different species. Because even though the Klingons have a Klingon empire, they basically only have Klingon people.
Yeah, they only. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. And so this is the first time we see a more effective melding of different cultures and how they work, like militarily at least, and like intelligence-wise, than the Federation. Because suddenly we have a someone with a superior military, superior like intelligence, like that's a much older than all of these civilizations put together. And they have and the Vorta are like very effective at their job, whatever that's supposed to be. Somewhere between management, intelligence.
Yeah,
they are kind of the middle managers of the founders.
They got the drugs.
Yeah, they do.
they dole out the drugs.
Yeah,
That's why you can't get high on your own supply.
Right.
So they can't have another Jim Hadar giving out the drugs.
Yeah, there's that great episode. I think it's called The Jim Hadar, or is that the one where they crash land on the planet and there's a Vorta with the suitcase of drugs?
Yeah. They just end up shooting them.
Yeah, and there's only so much left, and so he's like trying to ration them, and they like revolt. Yeah, it's a good episode. Yeah. But this is a very good episode. It's a very like actor heavy episode.
Yeah.
It definitely relies on like 3 or 4 actors like really heavily.
Yeah.
Those being Andy Robinson as Garrick, Renee Auberjonois as Odo, Paul Dooley as Enebrantain, and what's the guy who played
Leland Orser.
Leland Orser, who played the Romulan.
Yeah, he's great.
And also Toddman. Toddman out!
Toddman out.
Toddman out.
Toddman out.
But also we get some really good Cisco here as well.
Yeah.
And Eddington being a slimeball piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
What a greasy bitch.
Little bastard.
This episode does not pass the Bechdel test.
No.
Nowhere.
No. I mean, it's unfortunate. We don't get any real. Well, we get some Kira, but it's usually like, "Welcome back, Odo."
Yeah, I missed you so much.
I missed you so much. It's like, shut up. Odo sucks.
Yeah, no one likes Odo.
I mean, I don't know. He's okay.
He's
but
fine.
Just like I don't like the Kira Odo romantic relationship. It's poison to me.
No, it's drab. It's the most beige relationship on Star Trek.
Yeah, I mean, it's
besides her and fucking she just has bad taste in men.
Yeah,
like everyone she dates is a fucking
Barile.
Barile sucks. What a boring piece of bummer.
Yeah, she's much cooler.
She is. She's so cool. She's a fucking like radical revolutionary.
Yeah.
She's a weird leftist chick with short hair.
Yeah.
Which all of those I've met are like really cool and have like good taste in partners like me. I don't know.
Yeah. But, we got what we got.
We get what we get.
Yeah.
And then we get wet.
I don't know.
You don't get wet? Your pussy don't get wet? Your butthole don't get wet?
Oh, yeah.
Get that butthole wet. Man, get that butthole wet. Say, get that butthole wet. Pat, get that butthole wet.
Is this
Come
BAP?
on. Butthole wet.
I thought BAP stood for Black American Princesses.
No, it's WAB.
Yeah.
Wet ass butt.
Wet ass butt.
Yeah.
You ever watch BAPS with
that's a long time ago.
Halle Berry?
But it's pretty all right, I guess.
Sorry.
I'd recommend this episode overall. I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10, 7.5.
Yeah, no, it's a good episode. Yeah,
yeah.
like we have. Yeah, it's like a good spy episode.
Little spy political intrigue episode.
Yeah, it's pretty much foundational because we get more Odo lore. We get get introduced to just like how crafty the founders are and
also like this is really the beginning of the Dominion War.
Yeah, beginning of the Dominion War.
This is the first aggression against the founders, and it's like a preemptive attack.
And then later, like the Romulans coming to align with the Federation, like this is all like
foundational to all the politics of Deep Space Nine. Yeah. Ronald D. Moore handled a lot of the political episodes of Deep Space Nine and did them really well, I think.
Yeah. And of course, we always love any episode with Garrick. Like,
Yeah,
he's definitely someone who should have been utilized more. I think also just been like, I don't know, just folded into the main cast.
Oh, 100%. He's only in 37 episodes, and that's like,
criminally
like
low.
142 few. Like, I want a Garrick episode in every episode, and every episode that doesn't have him suffers because of it.
Yeah. Whenever Garrick's not on scene, everyone should be asking where Garrick is.
Yeah, exactly. Like, unfortunately, nothing will pass the Bechdel test, but
yeah, but we can always we can choose to pass the Garrick test.
yeah, the Taylor test.
The Taylor test.
Yeah.
All right.
This has been Tim Taylor Test, the Tool Man Taylor.
Tim, the Tool Man Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you got to make that meme. Tim the Tool Man Taylor Swift.
All right, I'll do that. Yeah. Tim the Tool Man Taylor Swift.
Do it. Swifties will love that. Yeah, you should definitely make Taylor Swift and K-pop content and make it like maybe dismissive and like, attacking their favorites, because that's how you get more followers. Like ones that want to kill you,
Yeah.
Ones that are trying to kill you.
Oh yeah, I'm not trying to get the ones that kill me.
Maybe
I am.
I'm trying for you to get the ones who kill you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get. They're going to make me commit ritual suicide.
Let's hope.
They'll be my second, and they'll cut off my head.
Let's hope. Bob Hope.
Bob Hope. All right, well, I think it's a good place to put it.
Yeah, let's stick a fork in it because we're done. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for hanging with us, Soyagers. Be well, travel safe. And you know what? Go check out this episode, which is called The Die Is Cast.
Yes, The Die Is Cast. All right, thanks for checking with us, soy boys, girls, and Woodley Beans. Hang dong and shaka.
Here we have the cum. Everyone's here to drink the cum. Here we are. Here we become. Everyone's here to drink the cum. Here we are. What have we become? Everyone's here to drink the cum. Here we are. What have we become? Everyone's here to drink it, think it, drink the cum. Everybody run, run, don't walk. Here we come, here we come. Walk, don't run, not near the pool. And please don't run. There are rules to this pool. You cannot run, you must walk. You cannot have out your cock, and nobody here can come. Everybody cannot run. We're here at the pool, full of cum. Run, 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 run.